Imagine stepping into a world where every day feels like the start of a new adventure. That's the magic of game development, a place where challenges spark creativity and wild ideas are transformed into living, breathing worlds. Whether you're a veteran developer or just someone who loves games, this universe is open to anyone with a dream and a dash of imagination. Picture this: artists and programmers side by side weaving together imagination and logic. Here, art meets science in a dance of pixels and code as teams work tirelessly to turn dreams into interactive adventures. Every detail, each pixel, every line of code, every sound, comes together to create something unforgettable. Creating a game is like building a universe from scratch. One moment you're sketching out a galaxy, the next you're designing a cozy room filled with secrets. These worlds, big or small, are born from countless hours of dedication, teamwork, and a shared vision. Every game is its own storybook, with rules, characters, and mysteries waiting to be discovered. The laws of these worlds, how heroes move, how stories unfold, are what make each game a fresh, thrilling experience for players. But how does a world like this come to life? It all begins with a spark, an idea that refuses to be ignored. From that first flicker, artists, writers, programmers, and designers gather, each bringing their own magic to the table, shaping the universe together. Imagine a room buzzing with energy, sketchpads, laptops, wild ideas flying everywhere. Making games is a team sport, where every brainstorm can spark the next big thing. Artists dream up the look, writers spin the tale, and programmers make the magic real. Think of it like baking a cake. You need just the right mix of ingredients: art, code, music, and story, all blended together to create something truly delicious for players to enjoy. The best games start with the finest ingredients: stunning visuals, addictive gameplay, and a story that keeps you coming back for more. But even the best ingredients need the perfect recipe to shine. And don't forget the music. A haunting melody or a pulse-pounding soundtrack can turn a good game into a legendary one, pulling you deeper into the world and making every moment unforgettable. In this creative kitchen, art is the secret ingredient. Artists breathe life into characters and landscapes, crafting the sights and scenes that make each game a place you want to explore. Vivid graphics, gripping stories, and unforgettable characters. These are the flavors that draw players in. A single, breathtaking landscape or a well-written hero can leave a mark that lasts long after the credits roll. When players connect with a game, when they laugh, cry, or gasp in surprise, that's when the magic happens. Those moments stick with us, long after we put down the controller. But even the most beautiful cake can fall apart without the right recipe. The same goes for games. A stunning world means nothing if the gameplay isn't fun or the mechanics don't work. Balance is everything. Here's where the science steps in. Programming is the invisible force that holds everything together, turning wild ideas into reality. Developers write thousands of lines of code to make sure every jump, every puzzle, every moment works just right. Mechanics, programming, and user interface design, they're the unsung heroes behind every great game. A smooth, intuitive interface invites players in and lets them lose themselves in the adventure. And then comes the testing. Playing, tweaking, fixing bugs, and polishing every detail. Developers and testers play the game over and over, making sure it's ready for the world to enjoy. Every jump, every menu, every tiny detail matters. It's this relentless attention to detail that transforms a good game into a masterpiece. In the next chapters, we'll journey deeper into the heart of game development. You'll see how a simple idea becomes a prototype, how that prototype grows into a full-fledged game, and how teams overcome obstacles together. We'll explore the tools, the tricks, and the teamwork that bring games to life. From powerful engines to digital paintbrushes, you'll discover how technology and creativity collide to make magic. So are you ready to unleash your creativity? Whether you dream of designing heroes, writing epic tales, or building entire worlds, there's a place for you in game development. The only limit is your imagination. So let's get started. Imagine this. You pick up a controller, press start, and suddenly, you're not just sitting in your living room anymore. You're standing at the edge of a vast kingdom, or sneaking through neon-lit city streets, or embarking on a journey you'll never forget. That's the magic of games. They're not just lines of code, they're living, breathing experiences, carefully crafted by teams of passionate creators. Artists, programmers, writers, and designers all come together not just to entertain but to transport us to worlds we never dreamed possible. Their mission? To create adventures that stay with us long after the screen fades to black. Let's start with the visuals. Picture an artist, hunched over a tablet, choosing every color, every brushstroke with care. The worlds they create, whether it's a sun-drenched fantasy kingdom or a rain-soaked city, set the stage for our adventures. Every detail from the grandest castle to the tiniest pebble is chosen for a reason. Artists pour their hearts into every frame, making sure each moment is a feast for the eyes and a window into the soul of the game. Think about wandering through the forests of The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Sunlight dances through the leaves, grass sways in the breeze, and distant mountains beckon you to explore. These aren't just backgrounds, they're invitations. They whisper, "Come see what's over the next hill." And every step you take, you feel the wonder and curiosity the artist hoped you'd feel. Or picture the electric nights of Cyberpunk 2077. Neon signs flicker in puddles, skyscrapers loom overhead, and every shadow hints at a story. The artists aren't just making things look cool, they're building a world with its own history, its own secrets. Every sign, every alley, every glimmer of light is a clue, waiting for you to discover what lies beneath the surface. But visuals do more than dazzle, they tell stories. Maybe you spot a crumbling statue and wonder about the civilization that built it, or a flickering light that makes you pause, heart pounding as you wonder what's lurking ahead. In games, the world itself is a storyteller and you're the detective piecing together its mysteries. And then, there's the feeling. The right mix of visuals, sound, and interactivity can make you laugh, gasp, or even wipe away a tear. When you're truly immersed, you forget about the controller in your hands, you're just there, living the adventure. That's the power of games, they make us feel, and those feelings become memories. Sound and music are the secret ingredients. A sweeping score can turn a simple moment into something epic. The creak of a door, the distant call of a bird, or the tense silence before a boss fight. These sounds pull you deeper into the world. They make every moment more real, every emotion more intense. But here's the real secret. It's not just about pretty pictures or epic music. The true magic happens when everything, art, sound, gameplay, and story, comes together. It's a delicate dance, and it takes a team of dreamers to get it just right. And what about story? A great story can turn a good game into an unforgettable journey. Writers and narrative designers dream up worlds full of intrigue, conflict, and heart. They create characters with hopes and fears and weave plots that keep us glued to the screen, desperate to know what happens next. Take The Last of Us, for example. Its story isn't just a backdrop, it's the beating heart of the game. You're drawn into a world scarred by loss but also filled with hope. The writing, the voice acting, the cinematic moments, they all come together to set a new standard for storytelling in games. Joel and Ellie's journey across a broken America isn't just a story, it's an emotional roller coaster. Their struggles, their triumphs, their heartbreaks, they feel real. Every choice you make, every consequence you face, matters. That's what makes a game unforgettable. And at the heart of every story are the characters. Through their actions, their words, and their relationships, they breathe life into the world. Character designers and animators work tirelessly, capturing every gesture and expression. Thanks to motion capture, digital heroes can show real human emotion, making them feel like people we know. These characters are our guides, our friends, our rivals. When we step into their shoes, we see the world through their eyes, feel their struggles, and celebrate their victories. That connection is what makes games unlike anything else. A great character can make us laugh, cry, and cheer. They become our companions, their stories echoing in our minds long after the credits roll. The best games create characters who feel like old friends, people we root for, worry about, and remember. Think about Mario, Lara Croft, or Master Chief. These aren't just characters, they're legends. Their adventures have inspired us, challenged us, and made us believe in the impossible. These icons remind us that games are more than just entertainment. They're art, they're stories, and they're memories we carry with us, connecting us to each other, and to worlds beyond our wildest dreams. Imagine this. You're sitting down, controller in hand, ready to dive into a brand new game. The world on your screen is vibrant, the characters are alive, and every action feels smooth and responsive. But have you ever wondered what's really happening behind the scenes? There's a hidden world, one woven from logic, math, and technology, where teams of passionate creators spend countless hours solving puzzles, writing code, and building the invisible framework that makes your favorite games possible. It's this science, the unsung hero, that transforms beautiful art into living, breathing worlds. Without it, even the most stunning visuals would just be pretty pictures. Science is the secret ingredient that lets you explore, compete, and create in these digital universes. Let's pull back the curtain for a moment. Every game has its own set of rules, its own universe of possibilities. These are called game mechanics, and they're like the laws of physics in a digital world. Designers and developers spend months, sometimes years, tweaking these rules to make sure every jump, every challenge, and every victory feels just right. Think about it. How does your character move? How does combat work? How do you solve puzzles or interact with the environment? Every action you take is governed by a carefully crafted set of rules, tested and refined until the experience feels seamless. And then there's resource management, collecting coins, managing health, upgrading your gear. These systems add layers of strategy, challenging you to make smart choices as you play. It's all part of the science that keeps you hooked. But how do these ideas become reality? That's where programming comes in. It's the language that brings every mechanic, every system to life. Programmers are the translators, turning creative visions into precise instructions that computers can understand. Some of the most popular languages in game development are C++, prized for its speed and power. With C++, developers can build complex, high-performance games that look and feel incredible. Others use C# or Java, especially when they need to create games that work on lots of different devices, or when they want to move fast and experiment. Each language is a tool, chosen for the unique needs of each project. These languages are the building blocks for everything you see and do in a game, from opening a door to battling AI enemies, from realistic physics to online multiplayer. The language a team chooses can shape the entire feel of a game, sometimes in ways you might not even notice. And then there are the game engines, like Unity and Unreal Engine. These are the powerhouses that have changed the game, literally. They give developers a toolbox packed with everything they need to build worlds, whether they're a solo creator or a massive team. Game engines handle the heavy lifting, graphics, physics, asset management, so creators can focus on what really matters, making something fun, new, and unforgettable. They're the foundation that lets ideas grow into full-fledged adventures. With built-in tools for animation, sound, and more, developers don't have to start from scratch every time. They can build on proven technology, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and making games more immersive than ever. This means the playing field is more level than ever. Small teams can create games that stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest blockbusters, sparking innovation and creativity across the industry. But there's one more piece to the puzzle: user experience. It's not just about making things look cool, it's about understanding you, the player. What do you enjoy? How do you think? UX designers use psychology, playtesting, and feedback to make sure every moment feels just right. They make sure games are easy to pick up, intuitive to control, and always give you clear feedback. When UX is done right, you feel confident, in control, and totally immersed from the first minute to the last. That's what creates a satisfying gameplay loop, the kind that keeps you coming back for just one more level. When challenge and reward are perfectly balanced, games become truly addictive, in the best way. In the end, it's this magical blend of science and art that makes games so special. It's what lets us lose ourselves in worlds that feel alive, responsive, and endlessly fun. So next time you pick up a controller, remember, behind every moment of magic there's a whole universe of science making it possible. Imagine this: a spark of inspiration strikes and suddenly the journey of creating a video game begins. It all starts with a single idea, maybe scribbled in a notebook or sketched on a napkin. You gather your team and ask, what kind of world do we want to build? What adventure will players experience? The quest for something unique begins. What will set your game apart from the rest? In pre-production, the team dives into brainstorming, researching, and mapping out the path ahead. Once the vision is clear, the real adventure begins. It's time to build your world from the ground up. This is the heart of the journey, the production phase. Artists bring characters and landscapes to life, while writers weave stories that pull players in, and programmers build the magic behind the scenes line by line. Every step demands teamwork. Collaboration and communication are your greatest tools. But the journey doesn't end there. Testing is your compass, guiding you through rough patches and hidden bugs. Real players step in, exploring your world, uncovering flaws, and helping you polish every detail. Their feedback is gold. Each suggestion and critique shapes your game into something truly special. And then, the big moment arrives. You launch your creation, ready to share it with the world. The post-production phase is all about getting your game onto as many platforms as possible and spreading the word to eager players everywhere. Now, marketing and community building take center stage, because every great game deserves a passionate community to bring it to life. Before you go, why not become part of this creative journey? If you enjoyed exploring the world of game development with us, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss out on future adventures. Give this video a thumbs up if you loved it. Your support means the world to us. Got thoughts, questions, or your own game ideas? We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. And don't forget to share this video with friends who love games and creativity as much as you do. Thanks for watching, and remember, every game starts with a spark. Stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next video.